For the life of me, I can't remember what, but it makes more sense for Raban.
Survival has a funny way of disguising itself as enlightenment. By the time Pluribus reaches episode 8, the show stops pretending this is a story about harmony or transcendence and starts asking a much darker question. What if the hive mind isn't saving humanity, but simply outlasting it? This penultimate episode pulls us deeper into Carol's uneasy closeness with Zosia, blurs the line between resistance and intimacy, and quietly reveals how terrifyingly calculated this alien gift really is. And if you've been wondering whether Carol is losing her grip on the fight or playing a longer, smarter game than anyone realizes, you're in the right place. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master, and let's break down Pluribus Episode 8, its hidden manipulation, its alien origins, and why survival may be the most dangerous ideology of all.
We have to share their gift with whoever else might be out there.
When getting close starts looking like surrender. On the surface, it's easy to read Carol's actions as mixed signals. After everything that happened between the end of episode 6 and the early stretch of episode 7, it looks like she's doing everything she can to win back the hive mind's trust. But everything turns out to be surprisingly little. All Carol really has to do is say that she wants them back, and suddenly Zosia's there, arms wrapped around her, standing beside that almost absurdly cheerful just married car. From there, things escalate into something that resembles normalcy, at least on the outside. Zosia comes over for a drink, and they try to talk, which immediately exposes how impossible a normal conversation actually is under these circumstances. What do you say to someone who already knows every memory you've ever had? The rescued O'Keefe buys them a few minutes, but silence creeps in fast. The awkwardness is the point. Carol can't share anything new about herself because there is no new information. Zosia is everyone. She knows what games Carol played as a child, how her Nana enforced bedtime rules, and what moments shaped her long before they met. That makes intimacy feel almost artificial, like a rehearsal of a friendship that's already been lived 1,000 times. The only thing that saves the interaction is that the hive mind still isn't perfect. Zosia isn't great at spits, and even more importantly, the hive mind still doesn't know who named the entity Spitz in the first place. That gap matters. It proves that omniscience has limits. Carol winning the card game feels small compared to what comes next, though. Albuquerque is repopulated. The city fills with the infected, functioning smoothly, peacefully, and without visible suffering. When Carol asks Zosia where she lives and is led to the communal sleeping space in the stadium, it looks like proof that coexistence might actually be possible. Carol agreeing to stay the night feels like another step towards surrender, especially when she wakes up cuddling Zosia. From the outside, it's fair to wonder if she still has any fight left in her. But then you remember the whiteboard. The notes never stop. They eat people. They're not my friends. Carol's closeness to Zosia isn't abandonment, it's strategy. She's learned the hard way that confrontation shuts the hive mind down, sometimes literally. Tough love doesn't work on an entity that collapses under emotional stress. So, Carol adapts. She builds trust so she can speak freely later. It's infiltration disguised as affection. And it's the only way she can keep learning about something she's starting to like far more than she wants to admit.
Manipulative bullshit, because you know I haven't given up.
The truth behind the hive mind's origin. Episode 8 quietly confirms that Carol's approach is working. She learns more from Zosia by asking gentle questions than she ever did through resistance. Their time together isn't all manipulation either. Carol genuinely enjoys moments like standing at a scenic overlook or admitting for the first time how she feels about train horns. Zosia arranging for the whistle to blow just to make her smile feels sweet until you remember what that train actually carries. It isn't supplies, it's bodies, food. That realization opens the door to a critical question. How does the hive mind communicate? The episode sidesteps the obvious sci-fi answer. There's no radio chatter or coded signals. Communication happens through the electromagnetic waves of human bodies, something organic, ambient, and constant. It fits the show's insistence that this isn't a machine intelligence wearing human skin. It's biology, taken to an extreme. The massage scene adds another layer to how the hive mind functions. Zosia explains that awareness doesn't equal experience. The hive mind knows everything that happens to each individual, but it doesn't feel all of it at once. Zosia feels the massage because that's where her focus is. This selective presence is what allows the hive mind to remain functional instead of drowning in sensation. It's also what makes their contentment feel so eerily sincere. When Zosia shows Carol the origin of the gift, the scale of the story finally becomes clear. The alien RNA came from Kepler-22b, over 600 light-years away. Carol is the only one allowed to look through the telescope, a subtle reminder that despite all the talk of unity, knowledge is still controlled. Kepler-22b is presented in a way that closely mirrors real scientific speculation, a planet twice Earth's radius, orbiting a cooler star, likely covered entirely by water, a massive ocean world. Any intelligent life there would be pelagic, not terrestrial, which reframes the hive mind's behavior as something shaped by an environment where individuality might never have existed in the first place. What's truly disturbing is the hive mind's gratitude. They see Earth not as a conquest, but as a success story they intend to replicate. The gift is meant to be shared with other intelligent species across the universe. Whether you read that as benevolence or imperialism depends on how much agency you think humanity still has. Carol's whiteboard suggests the darker interpretation. The hive mind isn't focused on healing Earth. It's building an antenna to broadcast the alien RNA elsewhere. Pluribus stops pretending this could go either way.
I would like chess or whatever, but hitting a ball is muscle memory.
The cost of staying human. For a while, Carol seems firmly in control. Asking Zosia to deliver a whiteboard marker is a small test, and it works. Zosia assumes Carol is writing again, specifically another Wycaro book, and the suspicion ends there. But relief flickers across Zosia's face in a way that feels telling. The hive mind isn't just happy Carol is creating, they're relieved she's distracted. That suspicion hardens during the croquet scene. Zosia casually taps into the muscle memory of the world's best players and demolishes Carol, then brushes it off as a joke. The hive mind can absorb physical skills, not just thoughts. That's a massive revelation, and the way it's minimized feels deliberate. It's deflection through charm. Then comes the grand gesture, rebuilding the diner where Carol first wrote seriously, bringing back the waitress, recreating a pivotal moment in her life. It's impossible not to read it as love bombing. This isn't random kindness. It's targeted emotional reinforcement designed to keep Carol anchored to nostalgia instead of asking hard questions. The episode even toys with viewers by evoking Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul imagery, only to insist that those parallels are distractions, just like the diner. Carol finally breaks because she's tried to be patient. She's listened, she's engaged, and the hive mind's response to her doubts isn't dialogue, it's diversion. When Zosia kisses her, it's tender and genuine, but it also feels like another way to quiet the conversation Carol keeps trying to start. What kind of love avoids the truth instead of facing it? The kind that isn't sustainable. Carol's writing makes it clear she hasn't stopped thinking. Raven becoming a woman isn't just representation, it's freedom from imposed expectations, mirroring Carol's refusal to accept the hive mind's definition of progress. The caverns of Avalor evoke real-world crystal caves, like the Cave of the Crystals in Mexico, where ancient microorganisms still survive. The parallels to Kepler-22b suggest Carol is quietly theorizing about life forms that exist outside human frameworks, searching for a weakness or an alternative. Manousos provides the counterpoint. He rejects the hive mind completely, even when it saves his life. He insists on a bill for his treatment, clinging to obsolete systems because they're familiar. His suffering is ideological, but that stubbornness mirrors the hive mind's own imperative logic. Both are driven by principles they refuse to question. Carol stands between them. She likes Zosia. She sees fragments of the woman Zosia used to be, the girl in Gdansk who loved mango ice cream and watched ships with wonder. Those preferences still exist, buried beneath the collective. That gives Carol hope, but hope doesn't erase the danger. As Carol prepares to meet Manousos, the episode leaves us with an uneasy question. Can someone who sees value in the hive mind still dismantle it? And can someone who despises it outright survive long enough to matter? Episode 8 doesn't answer that. It only makes one thing clear. Survival, whether individual or collective, comes at a cost, and Carol is the only one still counting it. Our nerdy thoughts. Episode 8 leaves us in a place that's deeply uncomfortable, and that's exactly the point. Carol isn't choosing sides as much as she's refusing to accept the terms being offered to her. The hive mind promises peace, safety, and purpose, only if humanity stops asking whether survival is worth the price of becoming something else. And the Manousos, for all his resistance, may be proving that clinging to old systems can be just as destructive as surrendering to new ones. With the antenna looming, the lines between love, control, and desperation are thinner than ever, and Carol is standing right in the middle of them. So, as we head into the finale, the real question isn't whether the hive mind can be stopped, it's whether anyone can still define what being human actually means. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Until next time, stay curious and stay human.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.